All the way from Bali. I know it's probably evening where you guys are, but I had to hop on here because I totally understand now why y'all so crazy about this follicle detox. I understand. I understand completely. Totally understand. Hey everybody. Y'all got to pop in here. I totally understand why y'all are crazy about this detox. Let me share this story. Hey everybody, all the way from Bali. I know it's probably evening where you guys are. Peace, love, all the blessings. I hope everyone had a great day today. But funny story, y'all, and I got to share it. I understand, you make these products, you create these products, and people have you have reviews. I have tons of reviews. I'm gonna answer how's life in a second. It's a blessing. I'll just say that right now. It's freeing, it's a blessing, it's surreal, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But that I want y'all to really stick with me, because maybe even join my subscription, because it's a whole story behind this, and it's so moving. I think a lot of you guys need to hear it. But I'm coming on here today to talk to y'all about follicle detox. Y'all, you create these products and you obviously have all these reviews, and you read them, and everybody have their own story, their own feedback and emotion that's tied to what they're using that's working for them. And now I totally understand why y'all so crazy about this detox. Like, totally, right? So when I first got to Bali, I had to rent. Like, they got this, they call it, for us it's Uber. For Bali, it's called Grab, right? And so I got this motorcycle, Grab. It was like $1 to go from here to wherever you want to go, right? $1, $2 max. You can go up to 20 minutes for $1 on the motorcycle, on the motorbike. So I put my 3-year-old daughter on there. I put her in the middle, and so they all have helmets, right? So the drivers have helmets, but obviously the helmet's been on everybody's head, right? So for 2 days, I got me a Grab, which is like Uber, and I had to put the helmet on my head, right? Now, I'm not going to say this is the only reason why I was feeling like I don't normally have itchy scalp. Itchy scalp has never been an issue, because I know scalp hygiene. So I know how detrimental it is for you to have an itchy scalp and for you to be scratching your scalp like crazy. Like, you should just not, especially using your nails. Y'all have no idea how much nails scrape the skin and can single-handedly cut your hair strand right at the follicle, right? Like, single-handedly, it'd be gone on the floor somewhere. So I know how detrimental it is just to just be scratching and scratching and scratching and scratching. If you scratching like that, obviously you got some type of irritation, and irritation combined or leads to inflammation or vice versa. But whatever the case, if that happens, your follicle weakens in it weakens in its integrity to be able to hold on to the hair strand. So the key to hair growth, the key to thickness, is maintaining as much hair as possible, right? This is what I know. Right? So this is one of the reasons why I created the follicle detox, because a lot of us are going without shampooing our hair. It's very, very dangerous, especially like in protective styles, right? So now, granted, I'm also in Bali, where the weather is 85 degrees every day, right? I'm on a motorbike. I'm outside a lot. There's debris in the air. I'm probably sweating more than normal, of course. There's probably a lot more oil production, of course, right? So all of that stuff is mixed in. When I tell you, one day, I think like the 3rd day I was here, I was like, I pray for you all who have itching. Like, if you have itching, give me a 1. Like, if you ever had like itchy scalp so bad, or like this is a reoccurring thing, like every day, every week, your scalp is like itching like crazy, right? I never had that issue. When I tell y'all, I couldn't believe how itchy my scalp was.
I've never experienced that like that before, ever, right? And me, and me knowing who I am and knowing what I know, I'm like, it can only be two reasons why it's itching like that. Either, like I said, the change in climate, because I am on the whole other side of the world, and I would imagine your body, your scalp, and hair and skin, all of those things have to get used to the new climate, right? Or it's because I've been putting those helmets on my head that everybody else put their heads in. Ugh. I was so disgusted. I was so, even doing it, I was like, I do not want to put this on my head. My scalp, my skin is so sensitive to other people's dirt and stuff like that. Even my skin, like, because you got a helmet and you have to like snap it, so even my skin like broke out a little bit. So that's how I know it was probably more contributed to that, because they're picking up 10, 20 people, 30 people a day to transport them. And so everybody putting their head in this helmet, but you got to wear a helmet, especially if you're an expat or you're international, because you don't want to get stopped by the police. So I am in Bali. I'm in Bali, Indonesia. So when I tell y'all, ooh, thank you, God. Ooh, this here is so magical, because you got to remember, this is like my first few days here, so I'm still learning things. I'm not acclimated. I'm having to make moves, go open up a bank account, go try to find a house, go try to, rent a scooter. I got to eat. I got my 3-year-old daughter. I got this, I got that. Like, there's so much stuff going on, and it's not easily accessible to just shampoo my hair, especially now that I'm kind of locking up here. That's a whole other topic. I talked about that on the last live. Because I'm wearing a helmet every day, the only option is, because it's extremely hot, the only two options were cut all of my hair off, which I was very much open to that. That wouldn't be the first time. I've had a mohawk before. Sides gone, like short, very short, a little hair at the top, or to lock up. I always wanted to try locks. I think they're beautiful. And my whole mission is stress-free hair. That's why I created the 6 months sew-in. And so why not, right? So that was the best option out of the two at this time. I don't know, it could change. I don't know, it could totally change. I could just take the locks out. I don't know. But in the meantime, I have locks. And so everybody knows that if you shampoo your locks, you don't just leave it. Like, you actually have to twist it. And so I didn't have time to do that. Whoo! Baby. I am a whole genius. This detox, the reason why it was created for a couple of reasons. One, because I know the effects of itchy scalp and you scratching your scalp. I know you're going to lose hair. You may not even know that you're losing hair, but you are single-handedly, especially if you use your nails, cutting your follicle, especially if your hair is dry, not wet. You are like cutting your follicle like a scissor from the scalp and separating the hair from the scalp. Okay? So if it's very itchy, you're going to scratch a lot, and it's going to get inflamed, it's going to get irritated, and you're going to lose a lot more hair prematurely, right? So one of the reasons why the follicle detox was created, it was supposed to act like a shampoo without you actually having to shampoo your hair. You know how lazy we can be. So when you put the follicle detox on your scalp, it's supposed to like crystal clear the follicle out. You don't want buildup in your follicle, okay? Really at all. And the signs of having buildup in your follicle is itchiness. It's like the number one sign. It's your body telling you, okay, you got to clean your scalp. All right. So I put this follicle detox on my scalp. Oh, another reason is it's supposed to help with hair growth, because it's supposed to work underneath the scalp surface and draw a lot of the nutrients to the follicle. There's a lot of B vitamins in this detox. So it's supposed to draw a lot of energy, which is what your follicle needs in order for it to have optimum hair growth cellular activity, right? So that's another reason, right? And this is actually the step one of all of my systems here with my products, Abracadabra Hair Growth Therapy. If you're not following, make sure you follow AK Hair Growth. It's attached here at the top of your screen. AK Hair Growth. We're going to be talking about everything. There is going to be about these products, frequently asked questions, breaking things down. I'm going to be going on live single-handedly with
whoever is struggling with any type of scalp issue, any type of breakage, dryness, or lack of moisture, hair growth, hair loss, thinning, balding, all of those things, we're going to be really, really focusing on those particular things, okay? So I use this follicle detox, and when I tell y'all, lifesaver. I couldn't even sleep. It was so bad, right? So I just use it, and you don't need a lot. So I think a lot of when you purchase this, I think you guys naturally just feel like you want to open up the entire just bottle all of the way to where it's like pouring out. You don't want it to like pour out. You want it to kind of like drip out. So you don't even need a lot, right? It felt so good. It felt so refreshing. Completely got rid of my itchiness. Gone. Abracadabra, voila, gone. Like, I was in shock. Keep in mind, I've never really had any itching issues. The only reason why I would use follicle detox, everybody has different issues. I have products for different issues, different problems. The reason why I would use follicle detox is to kind of clear the follicle out before using the shampoo. Because a lot of times when you have buildup in the scalp, you go to shampoo 2 times. The first shampoo barely cleaned the hair or the scalp, right? So I use the follicle detox to kind of pre-cleanse, pre-treat, detox the follicle before I use the shampoo, so that when I'm using the shampoo, it actually could penetrate and work from the first shampoo, right? That's the only time I really use it. I honestly don't use follicle detox a whole lot. I never use it for itching because I never had itching. But if you got itching, if you got any type of itching, you need this follicle detox. Or at some point, if you haven't even realized it already, your hair's going to start getting more thin. Because you are absolutely losing more hair anytime your hair is very, very itchy and inflamed for multiple days at a time. You're losing way more hair prematurely. You don't want that, because in order to have optimum thickness and optimum growth, length retention, you got to stop losing hair. So it's really counterproductive for you to be losing hair. So you need to find a very quick and easy solution. That is what I am all about, okay? Quick, easy, right? You don't have to go in and necessarily, shampoo your hair every day, every couple of days. You don't have to do that. But if you have a detox, you are solving a plethora of problems and issues. And you're going to notice much more great results in the end. I got so many reviews. This is one of my top sellers. The follicle detox is one of my top sellers. And like now, for the first time, I am understanding why. What the heck? Holy crap. If you all were a fly on the wall, the way that my scalp was like itchy, I was just like, oh my goodness. This is like my second or third day here. I went and grabbed that follicle detox. I said, like my 3-year-old daughter said, aha. I went to go grab that follicle detox so fast. I was like, this is a test. Let me put you to the test right here. I got the pouring that on there, and usually it takes about 3 to 5 minutes for it to actually work, okay? So again, it's designed to clear, like crystal clear your follicle. This has been tested. I've done so many microscopic evaluations before using the detox. I use the detox, I give it about 10 minutes, and I do a second follow-up microscopic evaluation. And everything that was in the follicle before the follicle detox was used was cleared, crystal cleared, 10 minutes later when I did the follow-up microscopic evaluation. So I know it works, right? But I never been in a position where I was so vulnerable and my scalp was so itchy, like itchy. And if you just kind of joining on, I'm here in Bali. The first 2 or 3 days I had to rent, I rented a motorbike. I did an Uber, which here it's called Grab.
That's their, the Grab is their Uber. They have Grab and they have Gojek, so they have two. So I did a motorbike ride to go from here to here to here to here to take care of business. And I had to put a helmet on that other people have worn hundreds of times. You know, and that wasn't the only issue. You know, I'm in a new climate. It's a lot more hot than what I'm used to. You know, I'm sweating a little bit more. I'm probably producing a little bit more oil. And so that contributed to as well. But I really feel like that helmet that everybody else been wearing, like my scalp was like, what the retreat, like I've never experienced it. So I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that you guys who experience like itchiness in that way. Oh my, I'm so sorry you have to go through that, but you really don't have to go through that. Because this single-handedly, I gave it about 5 or 10 minutes and I was able to sleep. I had got up out my sleep. I got up way up out my sleep. I couldn't sleep. It's my scalp position so bad. And like I said, I couldn't just, y'all hear those roosters? You know, so where I'm currently staying, I'm going to be staying for like 3 months. And one of the challenges is roosters. I don't even know. I've been trying to do research, like, what is the point of having roosters? Do they lay eggs? Because to me, they just seem like an alarm clock. They're an alarm clock to me. Okay. So anyway, but yeah, so I used this and I was like, it worked so good that I didn't even have time to like sit up and process it. I went back and laid down and was like I just fell right to sleep. That's how much peace. That's how much peace this follicle detox gave me. I understand now. All these reviews we got, this being our top sell, one of our top sellers, our supplements is another top seller. I get it. And I'm so sorry if you have to go through itchiness like that. And so if you have hair loss, if you have breakage, if you have any type of balding, if you have any type of thinning, and you have itchiness, I can guarantee you that is correlated. I can guarantee you that it's correlated. And so you need things on your team. You need products on your team that's going to literally help solve the problem. I'm honestly just shocked. I'm really just shocked. I'm just shocked that my scalp could be itching that bad. And I use this and then it stops. It's gone. And so, again, you don't need a lot when you use the follicle detox. You don't need a lot at all. You only need a little bit. It really goes a long way. Like if you put a drop like right here, you don't need to pour all of this right here. Don't do that like that. This costs too much to do this like that. You don't need to do that like that, okay? If you put a drop here, you could put a drop here, you can put a drop here, and rub that along your scalp. That is how you salvage and keep this product for a very, very long time. You don't need to soak your follicle with this product. You just need it to graze the follicle. Only a little bit will really get the job done. So less is really best with this product. And if you use too much, it is kind of water-based. So if you use too much, it's going to take a long time for your hair to dry. And like if you have like wearing your hair straight, or you're in a position where you don't want your hair to do what it would do if you put water on it, you really don't need a lot either. Okay. So definitely keep that in mind. So I just wanted to hop on here and share that with you all. Yes, I am in Bali. I had a whole situation where my scalp was trying to get acclimated to the new environment, the new climate, but me putting on a helmet on a motorbike Uber ride, which they call Grab, that hundreds of, I'm sure hundreds, maybe even thousands of people's heads been in. I'm talking about as I'm putting the helmet on, I'm like, I didn't think about that, or else I would have went to go get my helmet. And I thought to order my helmet before I actually got here, but the helmet would have took up so much space. I had 8 suitcases. I traveled with literally 8 suitcases. It was a lot. And so the helmets would have took up too much space. But I'm telling you, that second day, because that happened the second night. So that third day, I ordered me a Grab because I hadn't had my own motorbike yet. I ordered me a Grab, which is an Uber. And I said, take me to go get a helmet. Me and my daughter. I'm going to get a helmet. I'm not putting on nobody else's helmet. Especially once this saved my life the way it did. You know, and I think maybe like 2 days later, I was able to really shampoo it. Because I had the time to actually, you know, like twist my hair up. If you guys don't know, I'm locking my hair up. So, and this could be temporarily, I don't know, but I know right now, while I'm in Bali, this is the best thing for me. I'm out of the detox. Shame on me ordering tonight. No, you gotta have that detox, y'all. Like, detoxing your scalp is like highly important, and I don't think a lot of people have taught us enough to do that, and I feel like that's why so many of us are having issues. Okay, so if you have braids, if you have a sew-in, if you have crochets, if you're wearing a wig, all of those things, and you want to see hair growth, you want to maintain as much hair as possible, you need this detox. If you having itchiness, if you have dandruff, if you have seborrheic dermatitis, if you have psoriasis, if you have like inflammation on the scalp, if you feel like, I got an auntie that be like, I feel like snakes crawling in my scalp. I can't live without this. I got to have this. Like, she buys several of them at one time. And when she down to 2, she buys several of them again. That's how bad she like, okay, I can't run out. She ran out one time. She said, I will never, ever run out again. But, you know, keep in mind also that your internal environment plays a huge role in that as well. All right. So it's not just, the external factors, right? If this is a long time issue, a recurrent issue, and it's long term, okay? So you got to be willing to make some changes in order to change how what you're putting in your body is affecting the outside of your body, okay? So that's all I wanted to hop on. I told you I wasn't going to keep you for long. I'm not keeping you guys for long. Any questions before I leave about the Follow with Detox or itchiness or dandruff or seborrheic dermatitis? When it comes to being in my position and having thousands of hair growth success stories and helping other hair pros help their customers have thousands of success stories, like, at some point we're going to have millions and millions of hair growth success stories, right? There's so many factors to consider. There's so many things, so many topics to talk about when it comes to scalp health and hygiene and hair growth, okay? Or alopecia, which is another term for hair loss. That's why I this is why I'm really going to be focusing on my other page, my actual product page. I haven't been focused on that page in a very long time, but now that things are shifting, I've gotten through a very, very, very tough season. I would even say tough year, because I decided to make this big move back in December. So it's almost been like a year, but it has been extremely busy. The whole entire year, making this move. There was a lot that went into this. Okay. So I just didn't wake up and do this. I had to give up a lot. I had to release a lot to do it. Right. And I went through a lot to do it. So I'm going to be talking more about that, especially in my subscription. And then I'll kind of piece through some of I'll kind of piece through some of that, testimony as well, because I really think that a lot of people can learn from it. I think it will inspire you, motivate you, and transform you, what I just went through in this entire year. Okay, so, but I want to streamline the products because I get a lot of questions, and there's a lot of things that I do on this page. I have my 6-month sew-in. I have my hair growth products. I have my AK Hairversity, which is my online program and certification programs for hair professionals. I have my books. I have 2 books, Hair of Your Dreams, my hair growth and wellness guide. Hi, Sabrina McPhail. That's my sister. I have my Hair of Your Dreams, hair growth and wellness guide. And I also have my Poor Hair, Rich Hair book that helps entrepreneurships or beauty professionals or hair professionals with growing their clientele and scaling their income and really kind of living a life you deserve in such a hard industry. So yeah, I got that. I have this whole holistic approach to hair growth and health and wellness. So you see a lot about nutrition on my page. I'm a plant-based eater. I transitioned to a plant-based eater back in 2016 after nearly dying. I was hospitalized for 3 months. And I know a lot of things played a role into that, but I definitely know nutrition did also. And so ever since then, I have not been hospitalized. I used to be hospitalized like every year. It was always something. My immune system was just shutting down. But I know that what I was eating had a huge factor, especially because I don't have a high metabolism. So having certain stuff in my system and sitting in my system for a very long time was not conducive to my health. So I have this whole holistic approach. So you see me put a lot of emphasis on food because it truly does matter. It matters for not only for your hair, for your skin, it matters for your health, okay? And your quality of life, all right? What type of life are you trying to have? So I wanted to streamline the products so that, because I get tons of questions, and when you guys ask the questions here, I'm like, well, I answered that. I mean, I've answered that so many times. Why can't they see it? But that's because there's so many other things that's going on this page, which is why I switched my name to Abra McFeel, because I am the brand, okay? Everything y'all seen me do and build, I am the face of this, right? And so, and what I'm teaching you guys is my life, all right? I'm not just making stuff up, just try to get money, just try to sell you something. No, I'm sharing with you all how I live my life, like what I do in my life. And that's helped me and that's helped thousands of other women, all right? So make sure you go follow AK Hair Growth. AK Hair Growth, we're going to be really, really getting down to the meat and potatoes of things. And I want to streamline it. So if you have any questions, if there's more that you want to know about a particular product, you see it all right there. You're not distracted by all of the things that I have going on here. Okay, so I just wanted to hop on here. Comment Detox if you have itchy scalp, dandruff, seborrheic dermatitis, psoriasis, any type of scalp issues, especially just even if it's just as basic as itchiness, because I don't have any type of scalp issues. I was having excessive itchiness if you're just now joining me because of the new climate. Obviously, I live in Bali now, but I was putting on a helmet in my transportation, like a Uber, but it's called Grab here. And I was putting on a helmet that thousands of other people have put on. And my scalp didn't like it at all. And one night I was just like, I couldn't even sleep. It just woke me out of my sleep like I just can't. It was so bad. So I pray for you guys who experience that. Like, that is not fun at all. But the one thing I know is that this follicle detox was designed to crystal clear those follicles out. And so my itchiness, it was gone. It happened so fast that I just fell right to sleep and woke up and actually forgot about it. So this is why I came on live, because I was like, I can't believe how bad my scalp was itching like that. I don't have itchy scalp. I know scalp hygiene. I'm a master at it, so I know scalp hygiene. I don't have itchy scalp, but what the heck? What? And how this just works so magically like that? Holy smoke. Like, now I get it. Now I understand why it's a top seller and why y'all love it so much, okay? So that's why I came on here to share with you guys, because you guys shouldn't be doing, like, if you doing all of this and your scalp just itchy real bad, no. Not if you want hair growth. Not if you want to maintain your thickness or try to get your thickness back, because I'm sure a lot of us on here, hair is not as thick as it used to be. If your hair is not as thick as it used to be, put a 1 in the comment. Like, put a 1 in the comment if your hair is not as thick as it used to be. I can attest, just in my history of being in this business and mastering these hair growth methods and strategies, I have seen so many people say my hair is nowhere near as thick as it used to be. Thank you, Motion by 2U. Yes, 1. And there's a lot. I mean, I would even dare to say millions
Millions. Because there's 30 million people that are just suffering with hair loss alone. And that's that's the people who've been documented, not the people who've like never been to a dermatologist, never been to a doctor or anything. That's just the only people that have been documented. So 30 million people are experiencing hair loss alone. So I know at least 30 million people could say my hair is nowhere near as thick as it used to be. That's just not the everyday people like us. So I know it's happening. I swear every day because I go to the gym and I do a lot of cardio. Can I wash my hair every day and apply a leave-in conditioner after the hair oil? You do not want to shampoo your hair every day. That's what you don't want to do. The reason why, and follow me here. The reason why you need follicle detox, okay? The reason why, this is why this will save you, because if you shampoo your hair every day, you never give your scalp time to produce sebum. So your body produces its own sebum. You need it. All right. So if you think about like a white woman or like an Indian woman, they shampoo their hair. They have to shampoo their hair every day, every couple of days. You want to know why? They can't go a week without shampooing their hair because they have sebum production and their hair is straight. So the sebum works its way down pretty fast. Like their hair soaks up their sebum. Your sebum is the oil that your body makes for your body. You need it. If you're shampooing every day, it's not going to work. You're not gonna have you don't give your hair enough time to marinate in the natural oils. Okay, so you don't want to shampoo every day. So I do understand that having sweat on your scalp can. Okay, motion. Who is this motion boy to you? Okay. I saw you ask a question. Yes, I am single and I love being single. Anyway, so I understand that sweat could actually irritate the scalp a little bit, right? So it is important for it just not to be sitting, especially if you're sweating a lot, it's not important for it to be sitting on your scalp for long periods of time, right? But you also can't shampoo. That's our challenge. You also can't shampoo every single day. You can't do it. Or you're going to run into some excessive dryness and potentially breakage. You gotta have your natural oils. You have to have your natural oils. Life without your natural oils won't be much life for your hair, no matter what you put on it. Okay, so now what you could do, now if you don't want to use the follicle detox, which I highly recommend the detox, because the detox is doing a plethora of things. It's not just like crystal clearing your follicles, but it also has a lot of B vitamins. So it's helping your hair grow by going beneath your follicle surface and drawing a lot of nutrients and energy to the follicle that produces massive hair growth cellular activity, right? So you can use like an apple cider vinegar or something, but you don't want to use it on all of your hair. So you probably could put it on like a cotton ball or something, or like a Q-tip or something, and just kind of rub that on your, but you don't want to put that on your hair because that's drying also. Okay, if that makes sense. So, what should I do if I sweat every day? So I just kind of answered that. Now, I would challenge you to kind of like, let's say Sunday you shampoo your hair, right? So you're fresh. And then let's say, okay, Monday you go to the gym. Like how many days of working out do you do? Let's just assume 5 days a week, okay? So let's say you go to the gym. First day, Monday, you sweat a whole bunch, right? Let it dry. Just let it dry, because sweating your scalp is not an extremely bad thing, all right? It's only bad if you're letting it sit on your scalp for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and then it becomes too acidic, and your body pH balance is off with the sweat, and it's mixing with other things, and it can cause a lot of issues. In your scalp is itchy. That's when it really becomes a problem. But sweat on your scalp on a day-to-day is not an issue. Your scalp sweats.
You have sebaceous glands, you have subcutaneous glands. One produce oil, one produce sweat. It's sweating every day. All right. So I would challenge you to kind of pay attention to like Monday, the first day after shampoo, and you sweat, just, let it dry up like naturally, right? And just pay attention. Like, are you itching at all that day? Okay, go number 2. You the second day, Tuesday, you go to work out, you sweat. Is, let it dry up. Is it itching at all? If no, you can definitely go a third day. Because if you get our follicle detox, the third day is where I would say, okay, let's introduce the follicle detox. Because you don't need the follicle detox every single day. Because you got to remember that the follicle detox is crystal clearing out the follicle. It's clearing out the follicle. As long as you ain't got blue magic and grease and all that stuff that they got to work through. If you just an everyday woman using just natural everyday products, it's going to crystal clear the follicle. And so it's going to take a lot. Let me tell you when it starts to itch. When it starts to itch is when buildup from the sweat, from your oil, from the earth, the debris, blocks the follicle. That's really when it actually starts to itch. Okay? Other than that, if you shampoo your hair and then you go work out on Monday, yeah, it may itch while it's wet, while you're sweating while it's wet. That's just natural. That's pretty natural when when your skin is wet or your scalp is wet, because when it gets wet, it becomes elastic. So it's moving, it's stretching out. You know what I mean? It's moving. So that becomes natural, right? But pay attention to when it dries. When it dries, are you still itching? If not, you can go another day, right? So typically when you use the follicle detox, I recommend using the follicle detox every single, not every single day, but every single week, at least once a week, at least once. But don't just use this is a costly product. It's costly for a reason. So you don't want to just be wasting it. If you don't have any issues, why are you using it, right? So if you're working out, if you're sweating, typically once a week you want to use the follicle detox. Once or twice a week. You use it once when you are in the middle of the week, and then use it once when you are about to shampoo, because especially if you have our shampoo, they have organic DHT blockers in them that helps remove your internal blockages and help get more blood and flow and energy to the follicle so you can have optimum hair growth, right? If you're using our shampoos, follicle detox is highly recommended, because you want this to do the hard work, so that when you actually use the shampoos, it can penetrate through the scalp the first time you use it. Okay, there are some people that shampoo in their hair and their follicles are so blocked and their hair strands are so clogged and have so much buildup on it that when they shampoo 2 times, they did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You got to be careful with that. You have to be careful with that. Okay, so make sure you grab this follicle detox. If, like I said, itchy, I share my story. So if you just hopping on, you got to go back and watch the story. It is quite the story of me experiencing itchy scalp in real life for the first time in a whole new country. Can you use it if you have psoriasis? Absolutely. I actually recommend it. If you have psoriasis, seborrheic dermatitis, excessive dandruff, itchy scalp, irritation, inflammation, it's a very gentle product. So there's nothing in here that's strong, that has a strong pH balance, that would burn your scalp. That it's very gentle in its own right? But there's a lot of B vitamins in this product. And again, B vitamins, if you think about B vitamins, even when you take B vitamins give you a lot of energy. It helps you with your energy. And so same thing here. So it kind of works underneath your scalp surface and draw a lot of energy, which pulls a lot of nutrient, vitamins, and energy, and oxygen, and blood flow to the follicle. Your follicle needs that. And so that's the difference between using our follicle detox and using something maybe like an apple cider vinegar or something, which could help clean your scalp up a little bit and stop some itching. But you got to be careful with that, because it can be drying. So can I get to know you, please? I don't know. I'm not sure. You have to message. You have to message me. I'm not sure. I'm open to. There's a lot of things I'm open to. So, but I'm very intuitive, so it doesn't take me long. Okay, so can rinsing warm water after sweating be good, or just let it dry up? Can rinsing warm water after sweating be good, or let it dry up? I would just let it dry. I would test it out first. I would let it dry, because if nothing is happening, because you got to think, you like, let's say, like the example that I use, Sunday you shampoo your hair, so Monday you sweat. Monday you're sweating. Sweat alone does not do anything to your hair, especially like upon the initial days of sweating. It doesn't do anything to your hair. We've been sweating. We sweat every day. We've been sweating ever since human existed. Okay, so it's not single-handedly affecting your hair or scalp. And if it is, after one day, that's when I would highly recommend this follicle detox. But if it's affecting you after one day after first shampooing, that is a little alarming, because then it lets me know that the pH balance in the sweat that you are producing is not agreeing with your body. It's harming your body, which lets me know that something in your body that is a part of producing the sweat may not be conducive to your body or your health, right? So most people after shampooing their hair on one day and going to the gym on Monday, Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday, won't have any type of itchiness, because once the follicle is cleared, the itchiness only usually comes when the follicle has build up, and it doesn't build up in just one day unless you're putting a bunch of product on your scalp. So you normally don't have excessive buildup in one day for a normal average person. Okay, if that makes sense. But why is my question not being answered though? Okay, what is your question? I don't see, when you guys are talking, I have tons of, what I see are just a bunch of words. Okay, so I have a question box. If you feel like your question is not getting answered, put the question in the question box. That way it pops out to me, and then you got priority. Okay, so if you're new to my lives, I usually request, like, if you got a question, you really want to get your question answered, put it in the question box so that I can actually see it. Otherwise, there's a lot. I'm speaking, I'm teaching, and you can only do one thing effectively at one time. So if you have a question, look at the bottom and it's not getting answered, so that I don't have to keep scrolling up, and I get lost in my presentation. Look at the bottom. There's a circle with a question mark in there. As soon as you put a question, boom, there we go, right there. Here we go, productivity, question mark. Okay, can I apply castor oil and wild growth oil to my hair every day? I would not do that every day. I would not do that every day. You want to know why? Because the goal is okay, let's work backwards in the equation. In order for you to have optimal hair growth, thickness, the goal is you have to hold on to as much hair as possible, right? Follow me. You have to hold on to as much hair as possible, right? If your scalp is inflamed or irritated, if the follicles build up, your scalp becomes inflamed or irritated, which can cause itchiness. Some people, it doesn't even cause itchiness, but it doesn't mean that your scalp is not inflamed. Okay? But if it's causing itchiness, that's a huge sign that something is not right. It's your body telling you, okay, something's off here, right? Which will require you to scratch. Or even if you're not scratching, if the follicle is inflamed, it's going to weaken the integrity of the follicle's ability to be able to hold on to the hair strand. So if that's the case, you're going to be losing more hair prematurely, which goes against what you need in order to have the hair growth of the thickness that you want, right? Y'all follow me? Okay. So in order for the follicle to build up, it's only going to build up from two ways. You putting products on your scalp
or your body producing product. So when your body produces sweat, when your body produces oil, when you got debris, from the environment dropping on your scalp and kind of mixing in with that, that's creating essentially a product, right? So either way, if your body is producing sweat and oil and you go up quite a bit of time, your follicle is going to build up. If you put product on your scalp every day, your follicle is going to build up. Either way, whether you put product on your scalp and follicle builds up, or your body produces a lot of sweat, a lot of oil mixed in with the debris, either way, your follicle is going to build up. Either way is not good. Even if you don't use any product, you're not supposed to have a follicle that's built up, okay? Because that causes inflammation and irritation. Even with your own sweat and own oil, right? This is why it's important for you to shampoo your hair. This is why us going 2 months, 3 months with braids and not shampooing our scalp or not using my detox. Oh my God. See, y'all don't know what it looked like microscopically. I know what it looks like microscopically. I know what's happening. Whether you notice it happening now or you're going to notice it in 5 years or 10 years, if you keep the same routine going, you're going to notice it. That's not what you want. That's not what you want. Okay? So you got to make sure that if you don't need product on your scalp, don't use product on your scalp. Now, it's good to use like an oil, especially the oil that your scalp can absorb. If the oil can penetrate. Now, everything, 100% of anything that you put on your scalp won't penetrate. That's why you got to shampoo your scalp anytime you're using product, because there will be residuals left over in the scalp and in the follicle, right? So if you're putting oil on your scalp every single day, you're rushing the process of inflammation. You're rushing the process of irritation, which is going to cause your scalp to be itchy. Or even if it's not itchy, it's going to weaken the integrity of the follicle to be able to hold on to the hair strand. And you're going to lose hair strands prematurely. So that is a huge misconception to put oil on your scalp every single day. You do not need hair oil on your scalp every single day. If you shampoo your hair, you condition your hair, especially if you're not shampooing your scalp. So if you got braids and for 2 whole months or 3 whole months and you not shampooing your scalp, but you're using oil every single day, I got to find a way for y'all to see what this really looks like when you do this. I've been in the lab. I've seen what this looks like. I've seen what this done on the scalp, on a plethora of people, not just one type of person, everybody. The scalp operates the same. The hair don't operate the scalp the same, but the scalp operates the same all across the board. Very, very dangerous. You need a detox on your scalp. You need a detox on your scalp. Anytime you're wearing protective styles and you're going a long time without shampooing your hair. I would even highly recommend if you're going 2 weeks without shampooing your hair. You need, because more than likely at the end of that 2 weeks, guess what? Your hair itchy, right? So what if you can avoid the itchiness and avoid the inflammation of the follicle? Why wouldn't you do that if you knew that by de-escalating inflammation and irritation, that your follicle can have more integrity and it can hold on to more hair strands, which makes your hair thicker because you're not losing it, which gives you a great amount of length of retention. Am I making sense? And that would make sense, Maria. That would make 100% sense. We are single-handedly causing our scalp issues. Now, don't get it twisted. It's not just the external factor. It's not just the external factor. If you're eating dairy products, if you're eating processed food, industrialized floured food, that is internally playing a role. dairy, milk, eggs, cheese, processed foods, and industrialized flours like pasta. It's playing a role internally. So, that's the whole mission of my company, Abracadabra Hair and Healing. I can't just sit up here and talk to you guys about the external factors of hair growth and the things that we're doing that could help or that is destroying our hair without talking about what's going on inside of you, because it's all playing a role. I am menopausal, and it seems like my hair has completely changed. It does. Why? Because your hormones change. And hormones are directly tied to hair growth. Directly tied to hair growth. In fact, I'm actually doing a fast. I'm on an intermittent fast right now. But in fact, I'm going to leave you guys with this. And I talk about this a lot here. And we're going to really be diving into this in my subscription if you guys haven't joined that yet. But if you want to produce some growth hormones, something that people are paying thousands of dollars for fake ones. If you want to produce real growth hormones, if you want to do that, if you want to empower yourself to produce real growth hormones that will help with your hair. Let me help y'all understand what growth hormones is for a second. Growth hormones, when we just think that this is the best way I can explain it. You were once 5 years old. Now you're 25. Now you're 35. How did that happen? Growth hormones. Growth hormones. Growth hormones are really important for feeling youthful and de-aging. And it helps with hair growth, like producing a lot of cellular activity. It helps with the reproduction of your skin cells. It helps your body heal faster. It helps with your bones, with your muscles. It helps with your hormones. So I'm going to leave you guys with this, especially anybody who feel like hormones are really playing a role, whether it's menopausal, whether you have a huge amount of a heavy cycle, I would say. If you are maybe, have some external things that you're taking, like birth control or something like that, that could be messing with hormones, fast. Do an intermittent fast. 13-15 hour of fasting produces a heck of a lot of hormones, growth hormones for you. If you want to look younger, if you want to feel younger, if you want better skin, better hair, better muscles, better bones, if you want to kind of counter what's going on menopause, with your menopause, with hormones, do a 13 to 15 minute fast. 13 to 15 hour fast. And most of that is in your sleep. If you can do it daily for a week, I challenge you. Do it daily for a week. If you go to sleep at 8 p.m., let's just say your last meal was at 7 p.m. You wake up the next day at 7 a.m., it's 12 hours. That's 12 hours. Or, from when you last ate, that's 12 hours, right? So that's half the battle. All you need to go is 13 to 15. And I'm going to highly encourage you to go 15. You can drink water during that whole time. So if 7 a.m. is 12 hours, then 8 a.m. is 13 hours. 10 a.m. is 15 hours. If you can stop eating at 7 p.m., take your last meal at 7 p.m. and refrain from eating anything until 10 a.m. the next day, you add years to your life and you look good during the process. Helps with detoxifying your body, your brain cells. Helps with getting rid of that toxins out your system.
It produces growth hormones, helps with your hair growth, helps with your skin, helps with your muscles, helps with your bones, helps with your digestive system. All of that stuff play a role in your hair and your scalp issues. All of it. It's all connected. I am a free, and everybody don't care about their life like I care about my life. You may say you care about your life, but it's all in your actions, okay? I care about my life, and I care about how I look. I have 3 kids. 3. 19, 15, and 3. Honey, okay? It was no way I was carrying it all around with me. No. I feel horrible. No. My skin, I want my skin to glow. I want my skin to look amazing. Even as I get older, I want to eliminate as much wrinkles as I can. I want to look good. I want to look good. I want my hair to function properly. I want my skin to function properly. I want my digestive system to function properly. I want my quality of life. I want the quality of life I deserve. I want the quality of life I deserve. That's just me. That's just me, though. So fasting, I ground myself in, not even to mention the spiritual connection and downloads and awareness and clarity for your life and the decisions that you're making with your life. Struggle where? How are you struggling when you fast? You don't struggle when you fast. Now, fasting may be a little bit of a struggle, especially if you're new to it, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. But that's just me. So I do talk about fasting a lot. I talk about fasting in my hair growth, in my Hair of Your Dreams hair growth guide. I talk about nutrition. I talk about fasting. I talk about hair growth, hair care. I talk about the products. I talk about ways to eliminate stress, right? So, yes, you can join my subscription. We talk a lot about, I just started my subscription about 2 weeks ago. So everybody in my subscription has kind of been like getting acclimated with me and Vali. It's been quite the journey. It's been, like I said, fun. It's been fun, funny, adventurous. I can just remember my first time getting on the moped. Hilarious. At night, driving in traffic, my 3-year-old daughter sleep all bent over. I have to have this thing around me. They've been with me getting acclimated. It was a huge move. And so, but we're about to yesterday was my daughter's first day going to school. So for 3 weeks, I was not really able to work like that. Right? So we're about to start getting down to the wire in my subscription. We're going to be talking about fasting. We're actually going to be going through some fasts. I'm going to be going through some fasts and we're starting small. We're going to just be doing some intermittent fasting. We're going to be doing some breath work. That's just a whole other, like, stress, anxiety, depression, overwhelm. Like, it's nothing that breath work cannot handle. Like, there is nothing that your breath cannot get you through if you are conscious, if you're conscious of it. A lot of us walking around here over breathing, holding our breath. Think about it. Anytime where you're feeling stressed or something's going on, pay attention to the fact that you're actually holding your breath. Unhealthy. So yes, thank you all so much for joining me. I know it's late. It's probably late. So if you're Eastern Standard Time, it's probably 10:30 where you are. If you're Central Standard Time, it's probably 9:30 where you are. It's 10:32 a.m. Where do I join? Let me show you, because I get that question a lot. So if you go to my profile, let me go to my profile as if I'm coming from somewhere else so I can show you what it looks like on your end. So if you go to my profile and you see these two here, I think the second one, it says exclusive. If you press that exclusive, it'll say subscribe to see exclusive content. It's fun. It's been. I'm gonna add to my subscribers today, like, cause I just been posting in stories and just kind of sharing the journey of moving from St. Louis. Somebody just asked me where I'm from, St. Louis, Missouri, to Bali, Indonesia. And I just been kind of sharing the transition with my 3-year-old daughter. And I'm gonna ask them today, like, how, you know, what y'all thinking? Some people have already shared, like, oh my God, like, please don't stop posting, like, please don't stop, like, this is, man, this is everything, like, this does something for me. Okay, I got a couple questions here. Okay, what are your thoughts on braiding extensions and their effect on the scalp? I talk about braids a lot. In fact, we have an anti-breakage, like, braid style care kit. Follicle Detox is one of the main products in there. Braids is fine. Wearing braids is, oh, hey, what's up, sister? Wearing braids is fine. Okay, braids is fine. It's a protective style. I think we all should do protective styles. You got to be careful with a couple of things. Okay, there's two ways in which your hair and your scalp can be affected. One, the hair itself. Okay, you got to think, when you get braids, you're wrapping your hair with a material that's very toxic in its own right, and drying. Okay, so you gotta make sure that when you are wearing protective styles or braids in this case, that you are misting your hair. What I normally do, I have a water mister, and let me grab it for you. Let me grab it. So I have a water mister. You don't want like a water bottle that distributes a lot of water at one time in one place. You definitely want a mister, because you have braids. You know, you want them to last as long as possible. So mist it so a little water is going everywhere, okay? And normally what I do is I'll put our hair. This actually is a part of my anti-breakage protective style kit. So I put a generous amount of oil in this water bottle, because water is where you get your moisture from. Oil is what delays the evaporation process of water, okay? So those two combined is what's actually keeping your hair from drying out from the braid material. I actually did this study on 10 women and myself. Wood braids, we didn't do anything. Wood braids, we used my anti-breakage braid style care kit. I'm trying to help y'all here. I am trying to help you all here. I hope y'all listen. I'm not on here wasting my breath. I'm actually here to help you, okay? When I did not use this stuff on my hair, when I had braids, when I wore braids, it did nothing. When I took those braids out, not only was it difficult to remove, it was harder to move, I noticed, because it was so dry. I lost so much hair, I thought I was going to have to cut my hair off. I literally thought, and I got to go back and see if I got like a I got to have a video or something of that. I know I do. I just haven't ran across it in a very long time, because it was some years ago. It was like 2019. I literally thought I was going to have to cut my hair off. And this is me. This is the hair growth guru, okay? I was so mad at myself that I put myself through that test. I was like, not that I'm just trying to help people out and I didn't volunteer myself to experiment, right? And got to cut my hair off because of this. I wore braids and did nothing for 2 months. Only 2 months. So if you're going 3 months and doing nothing, I need you to really back in and listen, okay? And then I wore braids for 2 months, and then I followed these 2 tips I'm telling you. So I mist my hair with this oil. I put my hair growth moisture retention oil in here, quite a bit of it, probably about 2 to 3/4 size. And I mist my hair like every day, every couple days, maybe every 3 days. All right, didn't miss a beat. Okay, that was what I did for the hair. And then for the scalp, it's very simple. I use the Follicle Detox
once a week, and I shampooed after 4 weeks. So I shampooed only one time in that 2-month time frame. This is what I did. And the results were completely different. Completely different. My hair felt moisturized. It felt soft. My scalp wasn't itchy. I wasn't losing hair. Hair was thick. I'm talking about thick, thick. Total difference. Nobody is out here doing experiments like this, okay? I'm a hair nerd. I'm just a nerd, a life nerd in general. Liv 314. Hi, Livy D. I'm literally a nerd. And so when I do something, I don't just want to come on here and tell you guys that it works. I actually want to show you that it works. And I want to experience it myself, because there's nothing like having passion and conviction when you speak, right? I can't just come up here and just make something up. Like, do people really do this? People really do this out here. And sometimes y'all fall for it, right? So to answer your question, yes, it is totally fine to wear braids. You just have to have the right routine if you want to maximize on your growth and thickness, density potential after wearing the braids. And you don't want to cause any type of hair loss or premature shedding issues. So hopefully that's helped. Any suggestions on hard water? Can I add a water filter? Hard water, and in fact, I haven't tested my water here. I need to test it. And I don't think, did I even bring my water tester? I'm sure I can find one here. I didn't bring it here. I shampoo my hair based on, I'm very in tune with my body and my skin. Based on my skin, like, I haven't even been really using lotion. So that tells me right there that the water is probably not hard. It's probably not hard water here. And if so, it's moderately, just barely hard, you know. But you got some real hard water areas that will just suck the life out of your hair and your skin, right? So I highly recommend putting a filter. In fact, on my Amazon store, if you click the link in my bio, or go to any reel that I have or post and comment Amazon, any reel, I think. I'll send you the link. I have a Hair of Your Dreams kit, like my book, Hair of Your Dreams. I actually talk about that in my Hair of Your Dreams book. Like the difference between hard water and soft water. Hard water puts film on your hair, so it essentially blocks your hair from getting what it needs. So just imagine you need to breathe and you're doing it. That's the results of you doing that and blocking yourself from breathing, like suffocating yourself. That's what hard water does to your hair strands. You need a filter. You need a filter. And I actually, in my book, I have a link to see in your area. So all you have to do is, I don't know if you comment start, I don't know if that'll happen here. I may have to set that up. But if you comment start, or any of my reels, it will send you the link to this my Hair of Your Dreams Hair Growth and Wellness Guide. I have a whole section that talks about hard water, and I have a link that will take you to a website that will show you if you have hard water in your specific city or state. And I want to even go as far as saying, if I haven't done it, I've thought about doing it. There's a link to my Amazon store that has a tool that you can test to show you if you have hard water also. So I highly recommend using a filter. Highly recommend it. A lot of us don't even know that's playing a role in our hair. A lot of us don't even know that. As a matter of fact, I think I have a reel. I don't know how far down it is, but I don't really think it's that far down, honestly. Let me see. Here we go. Boom. These are some of the top areas. So San Antonio, Tampa, Minneapolis, Jacksonville, Indianapolis, San Jose, California, Las Vegas, Kansas City, Missouri, Phoenix, Arizona, Salt Lake City, Utah. The top 10 cities with the hardest water today. Or this is a little older, so it could have changed. That could be affecting your health
of the health of your hair. But yeah, that's also in my Hair of Your Dreams Hair Growth and Wellness Guide. Okay, so it's been a joy. As always, I love spending time with you guys. Thank you for spending time with me so late. I am in Bali, Indonesia, which is probably either 12 hours, 13 hours, or 15 hours ahead of where you are or most of my followers. So I appreciate you guys hopping on. Because it's my morning and I know it's your evening and I know you got to get some rest and I know you got to get to the bag tomorrow. So I do appreciate you spending time. But most importantly, I truly hope that you get value when you come on here. There's not a lot of people talking about these things. A lot of people are just selling products, right? But you guys are really lost in how this all works. And I want to get you caught up to speed. Hey, ask Dr. Renee. One of our veteran hair growth testimonies, and she's also a subscriber too. So but yeah, so I want to get you caught up because I want to avoid generational. I'm really trying to avoid generational issues, right? The things that I know, I teach my daughter. Think about that. The things that I know, just imagine what kind of daughter I'm gonna have, y'all. Just imagine what type of daughter I'm going to have. Right? She's only 3 and she already knows a lot more than you guys know. A lot more than you guys know. I can bet my life on the line. She know a lot more than you guys know. And it really shouldn't be like that, but it's not your fault because again, a lot of people don't talk about this type of stuff. So, that's my mission. You know, I want your hair to live its best life, and I want you all to live your best life. And it's connected. Your hair is a manifestation of you. Okay, so I hope you guys get a lot of value from it, and I hope you take it, and I hope you actually learn from it, digest it, and go and tell somebody else in conversation, because we always talking about hair. Okay, so just throw in your girl, hey, follow Abra McField at AK Hair Growth. She's always talking about hair, scalp issues, thinning, balding, alopecia, hair growth, anything that you got going on, that girlfriend can answer. Okay. Hey, look at my question real quick. What do you think about natural hair, no braids or extensions? Do you recommend the same regimen as if I had them? Yes, I do. Yes. The same thing applies. It's even better because you don't have anything wrapped around your hair, sucking the life out of your hair. So even with me, you guys, so I actually just did a video before I got here. Even me on my lock journey, which is a new journey. I'll be talking about it later, but, I'm putting water in. I got some oil, my hair growth moisture potential oil in here, and water. I'm spraying my hair every single day. Yeah, every single day. Water is where you get your moisture from. Water is where you get your moisture from. Oil helps, or leave-in conditioner helps to delay that water's evaporation process. The faster that water dries, the quicker your hair feels dry. The more likely it is that you increase your chance of your hair breaking. What about alopecia patients? My hair is so thin though, and I hate to play in it. Don't play in it. Yeah, don't play in it. Don't play in it and don't play with it. If it's thin, I wouldn't be getting no braids. And if I got braids, I wouldn't get like single small individual braids. I would get something that's more interconnected and bigger, maybe even, depending on how thin your hair is. With braids, can we wear braids? Alopecia? Now, I know, when we say alopecia, keep in mind that alopecia is another term for hair loss, okay? Now, everybody hair loss is, when I say there's literally millions of different types of hair loss. Millions, right? So everybody's hair loss is different. So I'm not sure what type of hair loss that you are going through, but I would go as far as to say if I had any type of hair, okay, so for example, you missing hair in the crown, right? But let's say all of this hair is great, like thick, healthy, but you're missing hair in the crown. It's okay to get some braids. I would say it's okay to get braids. If your hair is thin all the way around and you got alopecia or hair loss, I wouldn't be doing like no single braids, like locks or braid, like single individual braids. I wouldn't dare do that. I've seen so many people do that and just destroy their hair worse than it was already destroyed. So I wouldn't do that. So I really just think it just kind of depends on the situation. Can you use a leave-in conditioner every day? Yeah, I would water it down. I will water it down. Like, so I will maybe put the leave-in conditioner in like a water mixture. Because if you're using leave-in conditioner, if you're using any product that don't have water in it, you're not moisturizing. You're definitely not moisturizing, because you're going to get moisturization from water, hydration and moisturization from water. That's where the moisture comes from. Did y'all know that? Some of y'all probably didn't even know that. If I use an oil on my hair right now, on dry hair, I'm not moisturizing my hair. Moisture comes from water. Moisture comes from water. Now, how long you want your hair to be moisturized will depend on what you're using with the water to help delay the evaporation process of the water. That makes sense. So, okay, you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to be back. You're going to see me a lot more often. We got a lot to talk about, but also know that you want to follow AK Hair Growth. You want to follow AK Hair Growth, especially if you got a lot of hair questions. You want to follow AK Hair Growth, because here on Abra McField, there's a lot of things that we talk about here. There's a lot of things that we talk about pertaining to nutrition, pertaining to stress. I oftentimes share my story as a single mother entrepreneur. Now I've moved to Bali. There's a lot of things I've been through, homeless, near death, just so much, right? We talk about our 6-month sewing. I train hair professionals all over the world to help you all grow your hair. So there's a lot, so if you're really serious, if you're really serious about your hair journey, if you're really serious about your hair journey, you're already here. So that's half the battle, right? I will follow AK Hair Growth, because I'm about to actually start streamlining all of these questions and getting everything in one spot to make things really a lot more organized for you to get the answers that you need and for you to get started on the journey. Okay. So, and let's see, I learned a lot from you in the last 20 minutes. Thank you, Deshawn. Thank you so much. I'm glad. Okay, sis, I need steps. I can do the water, oil frequently, and the detox when shampooing. Yes. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Peace, love, and blessings. I hope you gained something. Have a beautiful night rest, because I know it's probably evening time where you guys are, okay? And I will see you next time. Bye.